Ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand something very clearly. There are moments in life when time is not just passing, it is warning you. August 12th is one of those moments. This is not about superstition. It's not about luck. It's about recognizing a point in time where you are faced with a choice: act or let it slip forever. The truth is, most people will wait. They will tell themselves there's still time. They will convince themselves that tomorrow will be the same as today. And then August 12th will end and you are not the body, and you will wake up the next day wondering why nothing changed. You see, there's a dangerous comfort in thinking there's more time. It makes you soft, it makes you slow. But there are moments, critical moments, where the window is open for only a short while, and when it closes and you don't get it back. That's the reality. The people who move forward in life are not always the most talented, the most intelligent, or the most prepared. They are the ones who take action before the door shuts. They sense the urgency. They don't waste time asking what if. They don't wait for permission. They understand that hesitation kills opportunity. August 12th is your reminder. It's a point in time that forces you to ask yourself, am I ready to act when life calls me, or will I stand still and watch? You've been here before. You've had moments where you knew you had to move, but you didn't. You thought, I'll do it later, and later never came. That's the weight you carry. Unlived potential. You can feel it when you wake up in the morning. You know you could be further than you are. You know the problem is not lack of information, not lack of skill, but lack of decisive action, and you are not the body. And when the right moment comes, it doesn't wait for you to be comfortable. It doesn't ask you if you're ready. It doesn't give you time to prepare. It simply appears and you must step into it. That is the power of timely action. That is the difference between living a life of purpose and watching life pass you by. And the truth is, you already know what you need to do. You've been carrying it in your mind for weeks, months, maybe even years. The question is, will you finally stop thinking and start moving? On August 12th, the clock is not just ticking, it is racing. Every hour you hesitate, the opportunity is slipping further away. The fear, the doubt, the overthinking. These are the thieves that steal from you. They whisper lies that there's still time, that you can wait one more day. But deep down, you know, waiting is just another way of saying no. You either take the step now or you don't. And if you don't, nothing changes. Look around. Everyone says they want to grow. Everyone says they want to succeed. But very few are willing to act when the moment arrives. They think they can wait for a better time. But the truth is, there is no better time than when you feel that surge inside you telling you to move. That's life's signal. That's the moment you are supposed to seize. And that moment for you is now. August 12th is not just a date on a calendar. It's a mirror. It shows you exactly who you are. Are you someone who recognizes the call and answers it? Or are you someone who lets it ring out unanswered? Because life doesn't care about your excuses, it only responds to your actions. The people you admire, the ones you call lucky or gifted, are simply the ones who took their August 12 seriously. They didn't ignore the call. They moved, and because they moved, life moved with them. So understand this. If you let August 12 end without action, you are sending a clear message to yourself that your comfort is worth more than your growth. That fear will always have the final word. But if you act, if you take that one step you've been avoiding, you break the cycle. You set a new standard for yourself. You prove that you don't need perfect conditions to make progress. You just need the courage to begin. The world is full of people who will let this day pass unnoticed. They will wake up tomorrow exactly the same as they are today. But you are not here to stay the same. You are here to evolve, to step into a stronger version of yourself. And that requires movement now, not when you feel ready. Now, if August 12th means anything, it means this. There is no more time to waste. Every delay, every hesitation, every excuse, it all dies here. This is the line you cross the day you finally take what is yours. You don't need to know every step ahead. You only need to take the first one, and when you do, momentum will carry you. Doors you didn't even see before will begin to open, but nothing happens if you let the clock run out. The choice is simple. You either move or you miss it, and when you miss it, it's... So as the hours pass, ask yourself, when August 12 ends, will you look back with pride or with regret? Because this is your test and no one else can take it for you. You already know the answer. Now prove it. Most people never hear it, not because it isn't there, but because they've trained themselves to ignore it. I'm talking about that quiet, almost unshakable pull from within, the one that tells you exactly what you need to do. And August 12th is the kind of day where that inner call is louder than usual. But here's the problem. Even when it's loud, most people still pretend they can't hear it. They drown it out with distractions, with excuses, with business that leads nowhere. They wait for someone else to give them the sign. They wait for the world to shout when their own soul has been speaking all along. The truth is, no one else can hear your call the way you do. It is meant for you and you alone. That's why not everyone will see this before August 12 ends. That's why not everyone will understand its meaning. It is not a public announcement, it's a private message. And the question is, are you listening? Are you tuned in enough to catch it when it comes? Think about it. How many times in your life have you felt that undeniable urge to move forward, to take a risk, to make a change, and then you ignored it? You told yourself it wasn't the right time. You told yourself you'd do it later and later never came. Every time you silence that inner call, you make it harder to hear next time. Your instinct becomes quieter. Your vision becomes fogger. And before you know it, years pass with no real change. August 12 doesn't care about your doubts. It doesn't care if you think you're ready or not. It is here now calling you to step into the version of yourself you've been avoiding. And the truth is, deep down, you already know exactly what that version looks like. You've seen glimpses of it. You've imagined it. You felt the pull toward it. But imagining is not enough. Feeling the call is not enough. You have to answer it. The inner call is never convenient. It will not come when all conditions are perfect. It will come in the middle of fear, uncertainty, and discomfort. It will come when you're tempted to say, I'll wait. But those who grow, those who rise are the ones who move anyway, and you are not the mind. They don't wait for the noise around them to stop. They listen through the noise. They understand that head hesitation is the quickest way to lose the opportunity. August 12th is a test of your awareness. Most people think growth happens only through learning new skills or gathering more knowledge. But real growth begins with listening. Listening to that quiet voice inside that points you toward the uncomfortable, toward the unknown, toward the path that demands courage. That voice is never wrong. You know it, you felt it before. And every time you followed it, life has rewarded you. So why not now? Why not today? The problem is that most people keep waiting for a clear sign from the outside world, a perfect set of instructions, a guarantee of success, but that the chosen ones understand that the only sign they need is the one inside them. They understand that when the call comes, you don't question it. You move. And let's be honest, you've been hearing it already. Maybe it's telling you to start something you've been delaying. Maybe it's telling you to let go of something that's been holding you back. Maybe it's pushing you to take a step into unfamiliar territory. But whatever it is, you know it's not going to go away. You can ignore it for a while. You can bury it under distractions, but it will keep coming back louder each time until you either answer or the opportunity disappears. August 12th is not just a date. It's a deadline for ignoring yourself. After this day, the window might not be open in the same way again. And that's what makes it powerful. It forces you to decide. Will you finally trust yourself enough to act? Or will you once again let the day pass, pretending you didn't hear the message meant for you? You have to understand this inner call is not random. It doesn't show up for no reason. It's the result of everything you've experienced, every challenge you faced, every piece of wisdom you've gained. It's your life telling you now is the time. And if you wait, you are choosing to delay the life you know you could be living. You are choosing to stay in the same patterns, the same cycles, the same limits. Those who answer the call don't do it because it's easy. They do it because they know the pain of regret is far heavier than the discomfort of action. They know that a single step in the right direction can change everything. They know that when you trust yourself and move forward, even without certainty, life has a way of meeting you halfway. August 12th is the chance, and it will not feel like a grand cinematic moment. It will feel like a whisper that you can either acknowledge or ignore. But that whisper will lead you somewhere bigger than you can see right now. That's why it's dangerous to let it pass, because one day you will look back and realize that was the moment. That was the call, and you either answered it or you didn't. So today, before the day ends, tune in. Listen closely. Strip away the noise, the opinions, the doubts, and hear what your own soul is trying to tell you. Then move. No hesitation, no second guessing, no waiting for permission. This is your August 12th, and the call is for you. Answer it. Procrastination is a quiet killer. It doesn't destroy you all at once. It eats you piece by piece. It convinces you that there's no harm in waiting one more day. But the August 12th dove does not wait for you. It's not here to comfort you. It's here to challenge you. This day stands as a reminder that if you don't act when you know you should, nothing in your life will move forward. And the truth is, the opportunity in front of you right now will not stay forever. Once it's gone, you can't just rewind and try again. People often think that waiting will make them more ready. They tell themselves, I'll start when I feel more confident, when I have more time, when things calm down. But that day never comes. The more you wait, the weaker your drive becomes. You don't really try it, but you are training yourself to delay, to avoid, to settle. You're building a habit of hesitation, and a habit like that will follow you into every decision you make. August 12th doesn't care about your fears. It doesn't care about your excuses. The clock will keep ticking whether you act or not. But here's the truth. You will never feel fully ready. Growth doesn't work that way. You don't become fearless first and then act. You act while the fear is still there, and that's how you grow. Waiting for the perfect moment is just another way of hiding. Look at the patterns in your life. How many things have you been telling yourself you'll do soon? How many times have you promised yourself you'll start next week? That is the trap. And every time you fall for it, you are giving away your power. You are telling your future self your dreams can wait, your growth can wait, your growth can wait. Your life can wait, but life doesn't wait. August 12th doesn't wait. And if you keep waiting and you are not the mind, one day you'll realize you've run out of time to do the things that mattered most. The chosen ones, the ones who will actually change their lives, are not the ones without fear. They are not the ones with perfect circumstances. They are the ones who feel the fear, see the imperfections, and move anyway. They understand that hesitation is the enemy. They understand that the more they delay, the harder it becomes to act. That's why they move far. That's why they seize the moment. August 12th is your test. It's the day that shows whether you're serious about growth or just talking about it. Because talking about change is easy, planning change is easy, planning change is easy. But doing it, especially when you don't feel ready, that's where most people, they let the hesitation win. They let comfort win. They choose safety over progress. And in doing so, they choose to stay exactly where they are. But imagine if you acted today. Imagine if instead of saying, I'll do it later, you just did it. That single decision would break the chain of procrastination. It would set a new standard for you. Every action you take when you feel like waiting is a victory over your old self, and those victories stack up, they become momentum. They turn you into someone who moves, someone who builds, someone who grows, no matter the conditions. Ask yourself, how many August 12ths will you waste before you realize that the moment to act is never in the future? It's always now, not after you think more, not after you research more, not after you feel braver. Now the clock is moving, and the only question is whether you will move with it. Procrastination whispers that you have time, but time is not endless. Every day you delay is a day you can't get back. And what you lose is not just time. You lose opportunities, momentum, and confidence. And the longer you wait, the more distant your goals become. And eventually the regret becomes heavier than the effort it would have taken to act. August 12th can be the day you break the pattern, but you have to decide. You have to stop believing the lies that tell you later is safe. Later is dangerous. Later is where dreams go to die. Now is where growth happens. Now is where courage is built. Now is where transformation begins. You already know what you've been avoiding. It's not hidden from you. It's been on your mind over and over, waiting for you to act. And you know why you haven't acted. Because it's uncomfortable. Because it's uncertain, because it's easier to keep saying soon. But nothing about growth is easy. It's supposed to feel like a stretch. It's supposed to challenge you. That's the whole point. So today, before August 12th ends to it, whatever it is, stop delaying. Don't give your hesitation another day to grow stronger. Don't let fear keep the final word. Move. Take the first step. Even if it's small, even if it's messy, even if you don't know exactly how it will turn out, action will teach you more than waiting ever will. When the day is over, you will have either taken a step forward or you will have stayed exactly the same, That's the truth. That's the choice. That's the choice. And when you look back on this day, you will remember it as the day you either broke your own cycle or surrendered to it. The clock is still running. Decide now. The moments that define your life are not the ones you plan for months in advance. They are the ones that appear suddenly without warning and demand an answer. August 12th is one of those moments. It's a point in time where you have to decide right now who you are going to be moving forward. The truth is that decision will speak louder than anything you've ever said about yourself. Can talk about wanting to change. You can write down goals, make lists, create vision boards, but in the end, none of it matters if you hesitate when the moment comes. That moment is not here to give you comfort. It's here to test your commitment. It asks one simple question. Are you willing to step forward without guarantees? Because life doesn't promise you a safety net. It doesn't promise you a perfect landing thing. All it offers is a chance, a single, unreal, repeatable chance. And August 12th is exactly that. Most people wait for better timing. They wait for the path to be perfectly clear. But here's the truth. If the path is perfectly clear, you're probably walking someone else's path, not your own. Your moment will always feel risky. It will always feel uncertain. And you are not the mind. It will always make you question if you're ready. That's the sign you're in the right place. The moment you're tested is the moment you grow. This day is not about knowing everything. It's about deciding with what you already know. The weight of your future is not built on thousands of small, easy choices. It's built on a few defining ones. And when those moments arrive, hesitation is dangerous. Every second you wait, doubt grows stronger. Every second you overthink, the fire inside you burns lower. Until eventually the moment passes and you're left with nothing but regret. You've been in this position before. Maybe not on August 12th, but you felt the pressure of a choice that mattered. Sometimes you acted and those decisions shaped you in ways you're grateful for. Other times you hesitated and you still think about what could have been. That is the cost of inaction. That is what you carry when you let moments slip. The power of a moment like August 12th is that it forces truth out of you. You can't hide behind your intentions anymore. You either move or you don't. And if you move, you discover that most of the fear was an illusion. You realize you didn't need certainty. You needed courage. That's how lives are transformed. Not by waiting, but by stepping into the unknown when it counts. People think destiny is something that happens to them. But destiny is shaped in moments like this. Every big change in your life will come down to a point in time where you said yes or no, where you decided to stay in the safety of what you know or step into the risk of what you could become. And if you keep saying no when life calls you, you are building a future full of the same days you already have. August 12th is here to interrupt that pattern. It's here to tell you that today could be the day you change everything, but only if you decide. Only if you stop treating this like just another day and see it for what it is, a turning point, a chance to redefine yourself. You don't need to know every step ahead. You don't need a full map. You just need to decide in this moment that you will not stay the same, that whatever comes after today, you will look back and know you chose to step forward. That's the kind of decision that rewires who you are. The clock will not pause for you. The world will not stop spinning while you think about it. The true choice is now, and the truth is you've already made a decision in your heart. You're just waiting to admit it to yourself. Stop waiting, speak it, live it, move. Because when August 12th ends, this moment will be gone and you will never get it back. So decide, and decide in a way that makes you proud when you look back. Decide in a way that makes you stronger when you move forward. Decide in a way that changes the course of your life. That is the power of this moment. That is the weight of August 12th. Most people live their entire lives without ever truly seeing. They see events, they see people, they see problems, but they don't see themselves. August 12th is not about the outside world. It's about becoming aware enough to notice the truth that has been staring at you for years. The truth that your life is the sum of your choices. The truth that every small decision has been shaping the reality you live in right now. And until you become fully aware of that, nothing will change. Awareness is not passive. It's not sitting around and hoping for clarity. It's not just thinking about life. It's looking at yourself without filters. Most people avoid that because it's uncomfortable. They would rather distract themselves than confront the fact that they are where they are because of what they've chosen or avoided. But August 12th doesn't give you the option to hide. It puts the mirror in front of you and asks, do you see the patterns you've been repeating? Interview the mind. Do you see the opportunities you've been ignoring? Do you see how much more you could have been if you had acted sooner? This day forces you to see the gap between who you are and who you could. And that gap is uncomfortable, but it's also the most important you can face. Because awareness is the starting point of growth. You can't improve what you won't acknowledge. You can't break cycles you won't admit you're in. You can't build a stronger version of yourself if you keep pretending you're already there. The ones who change their lives don't wait for awareness to magically appear. They train themselves to notice, to pay attention to how they think, how they react, how they sabotage themselves. They see the excuses as they form. They catch the moments where fear tries to take over. And the second they see it, they take action to push back. That's how awareness becomes power. August 12 is the perfect test for that. It's not a normal day. It's not a marker in time that can either pass unnoticed or wake you up completely. The difference is whether you choose to see, because seeing changes everything. Once you see the truth about yourself, you can't go back to pretending. Once you see the habits that are holding you back, you can't keep doing them without feeling it. Awareness makes you responsible, and responsibility makes you grow. It's easy to blame the outside world for your lack of progress. It's easy to say you didn't get the right chances, the right help, the right timing, the right hum. But awareness strips all that away. It leaves you with one undeniable fact. You have power over your own life. You always have. And August 12th is asking you, will you finally use it? When you are aware, you see that every moment you live is a chance to choose differently. You see that change doesn't happen in some distant future. It happens in the decisions you make today. You realize that the version of you you've been waiting for isn't coming to save you. You have to become that person. Now that's awareness. And yes, it's uncomfortable. It means looking at where you've been lazy, where you've been dishonest with yourself, where you've settled for less than you're capable. It means admitting that some of your struggles are not accidents. They're patterns you've allowed to repeat. But if you're willing to face that truth today, August 12th can be the line where everything shifts. You can't grow without awareness. You can try and you are not the mind. But you'll end up circling the same problems over and over. You'll think you're making progress when you're just moving in a loop. True growth starts when you can see the loop for what it is and then step out of it. That's the gift of awareness. The power to finally stop living on autopilot and start living with intention. So don't let this day pass with your eyes half closed. Pay attention. Notice the pull you feel towards certain actions and the resistance you feel toward others. Notice where you hesitate, where you procrastinate, where you shrink back into comfort. Then ask yourself, if I were fully awake to my own potential, what would I do right now? And then do. August 12th is a mirror. What you see in it will depend on your willingness to look. And if you truly look, you will find that the person you want to become is not somewhere far away. They are here in the choices you make today. All you have to do is see clearly enough to choose them. When you see a sign, when you feel a moment pulling you toward action, the easy part is noticing it. The hard part is living by it. August 12th is not about having an inspiring realization for a few minutes and then going back to the same habits tomorrow. It's about carrying the lesson forward, letting it shape you into someone who acts differently, not just today, but every day after. Most people get inspired in short bursts. They hear something, they see something, and for a moment they feel unstoppable. But then the feeling fades. Why? Because they never turn that feeling into a commitment. They never set the standard that says, from now on, I live differently. August 12th can be powerful, but only if you decide it will not just be a date you remember. It will be the day that changes your pattern forever. The truth is the moment will pass. The urgency you feel right now will fade if you let it. That's why you can't just be moved emotionally. You have to make a decision that you will keep living by long after the energy of this day is gone. If you act today but go back to your old ways tomorrow, nothing has truly changed. You've just had a momentary spark that burned out. Growth is not a spark. It's a flame you protect and feed daily. Carrying the lesson forward means you stop waiting for special days to push you. You create your own urgency. You don't need the pressure of a deadline to move. You move because that's who you are now. You've built yourself into someone who doesn't delay, who doesn't ignore the call, who doesn't let opportunity expire. Think about what August 12th represents for you right now. Maybe it's a moment of courage you've been avoiding. Maybe it's the day you finally stop hiding behind excuses. Maybe it's the day you take control of something you've been letting control you. Whatever it is, the decision you make today has to echo into the rest of your life. This can't be a one-day version of you. It has to be the new you. And here's the truth. You will be tested in the days and weeks after August 12th. There will be moments where the old habits try to creep back in. The comfort, the hesitation, the procrastination, they'll all show up again. But this is where the lesson either lives or dies. You will either remind yourself of the standard you set today, or you will fall back to where you were. The choice will always be yours. If you carry the lesson forward, something incredible happens. You stop relying on motivation. You start relying on identity. You no longer need to feel like it to take action, because action is just what you do now. You've trained yourself to respond immediately when life calls, and over time this becomes who you are. Someone who moves, someone who grows, someone who builds. August 12th, fade from the calendar. But its meaning can remain inside you if you choose it. That's the real challenge. Not to act once, but to act always. Not to change for a day, but to transform for a lifetime. And that's why this moment matters so much, because if you do it right, it's not just a moment. It's the beginning of a completely different way of living. So when the clock hits the end of this day, ask yourself, will this be the day you remember as a turning point, or will it be just another day that came and went? That answer depends on what you do tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. The only way to honor what you've seen and felt today is to keep moving forward long after the feeling fades. Carry it, protect it, live it. Let August 12th be the day that taught you to never wait for a sign again, because you became the sign. And once you become that, nothing can stop. Change is not meant to be a spark that flashes and fades. It's meant to be a fire you tend to every single day. Real transformation is not a one-time act, it's a choice you make again and again long after the excitement of the moment has passed. A single decision can open the door, but it's the daily commitment to walk through that door that shapes your life. This is why today matters, not because of what you feel right now, but because of what you choose to carry into tomorrow. Moments like these are powerful, but they are not enough on their own. What you do in the days that follow will decide whether this becomes a turning point or just another memory. When the sun sets tonight, you will have a choice to let this be the day you almost changed, or to let it be the day you truly began. That choice will not be made in one grand gesture, but in the small, consistent actions you take when no one is watching. Don't wait for the perfect moment to appear again. Don't hope for another sign to push you forward. Let this be the day you realized you don't need permission to begin. You are the sign. You are the proof that change is possible. Carry that truth with you into tomorrow and the day after and every day that follows. Guard it. Live it. Let it shape every decision you make. And when you look back, you won't just remember this day, you'll see it as the first chapter in the story of who you became. Because once you truly become unstoppable, nothing can stand in your way.